welcome to episode 31 of Checkpoint Chat. The, it's not midlife crisis just yet.
There's nothing we can tie this to now.
Yeah, the 30s are kind of boring, I guess.
Yeah, I'm 30. It's boring. Boring AF.
Boring AF.
No, it's not.
I can remember my mom's 30th birthday. And the fact that I'm getting really close to that age terrifies me.
How old are you when your mom turned 30? Like 5?
3 or 4. Yeah,
Damn.
I think my mom was 26 when I was born. So
Did she have a kick-ass party? And
I don't remember much except for this mug. Like she had this mug that
I know.
was like
Was it taped to her hand?
no, no, it was just like a coffee mug that was celebrating like her 30th. And I distinctly remember what that mug looks like, and that's why I know I can remember it.
No, don't lie. We all know it was taped to your mom's hand, and it was one of the things where the friends are like, whatever we pour in here, you have to drink.
I mean, maybe
And
I was so
hanging the next
innocent.
day
Like
and you just didn't remember.
it's entirely
You're
possible.
like, Dad, why is mom throwing up so much?
She's so sick this morning. She having another child?
What? Whoa.
Well, I mean, it was around that time. Oh yeah. My sister was born like 4 years later, so yeah.
4 years later. Oh, in the 30s?
I think so. I
Oh,
might be
man.
getting these ages wrong. I'm not sure.
So there's either morning sickness
Or drunk.
or drunken sickness.
Or drunken sickness. One of the two. I mean,
Damn. I
either
love
one.
30ths.
Yeah. But could you imagine having a kid right now?
No.
Yeah, fuck that. I still feel like I am a child.
My word. Lance and I have spoken about kids because obviously we're getting married, and it's like, yeah, if we could
really?
just, if we could just focus on enjoying married life for a few years before we think about kids, that'd be great.
That sounds like a good plan.
But man, people had. Well, I even have friends who are in their 20s, got married, early 20s, have kids. Like a few years old already. I'm like, whoa. You
That's
guys are
not
adulting way too fast for
It's
my
not
liking.
for me. That's. I also know a couple of people I'm matriculated with. Just seeing on Facebook and stuff, married and with kids. Some with even 2 kids already. And like that's fine. Like I'm not bashing your lifestyle,
No.
but fuck, that's not for me yet.
Yeah. When I think about it, it's like my current situation, where we're living, I'm like, where would we put a baby? It just wouldn't work. How could we afford a baby?
You could have a baby on your streams though.
Yeah.
Pretty
we have
cool.
The baby streamer is 55.
Yeah,
playing,
I mean, you got to start them young. By 3, they've got to know how to play Dota and be maining
StarCraft.
Death Prophet. Yeah.
maining Death Prophet, sure.
Yeah.
You even have to have specifics here.
Have to have at least a main of like 5 different pools, man. It's competitive out there.
It is, but what's funny is that everyone says the same thing because it's come up once in a blue moon, like, oh, you guys are gonna have kids, blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, when we're ready, and everyone's like, you'll never be ready to have a child. You can't plan for it.
100%.
I'm like, yeah, you can't, but you sort of can, like.
I mean, yeah, there's many ways to ensure like, hey, we're not gonna have a baby right now.
And it's like,
It's very easy to avoid. I've never understood that. Like, oh, it was an accident. The fuck are you talking about? How?
it's a divine intervention.
Jesus. How is that
Jesus
possible?
indeed.
Yeah, Jesus took the wheel.
And it's like, no, I get that, but you can't save for, a child you can't save enough to put a child through 20 years of life, let's say. But I can definitely prepare, like, I have a room for this baby. I have a crib for this baby. I have some sort of plan for this baby.
Yeah. That's the main thing that like dissuades me is just like you do some of the math over like 18, 21 years and you're like, fuck me. Especially like schools. Holy crap,
This
so
baby's working
expensive.
straight out of hospital.
Holy shit. Yeah. I mean, streaming from age 3. Got to make you don't get those Twitch tips. You're not going to school.
Wow. I wonder if the T's and C's of Twitch say there must be an age limit, surely.
Yeah, I'm not sure actually.
Because, I mean,
a good
when
point.
else did you see a child streamer? I actually don't think I've ever seen
I don't think I've ever seen. Yeah, I'm sure there must be some laws around like how they pay out. They can't pay under 18s. But I've seen. Oh, sorry. I've seen kids with YouTube channels that are like
YouTube
managed by their
channels.
parents.
Yeah.
You know.
But now that I think about it, I've never seen a very young teenager or an adolescent like, hey, I'm playing Fortnite.
Like streaming. Yeah, that's a good
So,
point.
and I'd imagine at that age, all those kids are playing Fortnite. And
Fortnite or like Call of Duty.
Yeah,
or
and many
something.
people have internet connections that can support that. So
I mean, maybe it's happening, but they're just not popular enough to
oh no,
like surface. I don't know.
We'll see.
But yeah, that's a
We'll
good
see.
point. That's you should get on that though. Pays for their tuition, kid ends up at the international, earns millions. Good time.
Sure, just at the international.
I mean, look at Craig. He's like his kid's playing Mario Odyssey at 3. That's the fucking way to do it, man.
That kid's advancing.
He's already behind though. He should be playing Dota already.
Yeah, I mean, he should be playing StarCraft 2. Should be Diamond
Or League.
tier. Diamond League.
Yeah.
Diamond tier.
Or Overwatch.
It's been so long since I played
ones.
those games. What was I going to say? Yeah, no. Craig's kid is. Oh, on Critical Hit, the topic on Friday was what games would you let your kids play? Which I thought
was it?
quite
I didn't even see
interesting.
that.
Just do you not work for them?
No, not at all.
I thought it was interesting because then it was, seeing as we're on this baby topic, it was like, what games would I let my kids play?
Doom.
And yeah, play Doom. I mean, I grew up on Doom, Quake 1 and Quake 2, the original
Duke
Resident
Nukem.
Evils, and I'm like, I wouldn't want my kids to play that per se.
I think it was
it's
very
just
different
interesting.
at that time because, like, even though at the time everyone was like, wow, these are great graphics. Like,
Yeah.
they were so jagged and unreal that even though, like, I remember also playing Resident Evil when I was a kid and my mom wasn't too happy about it. And I was like, oh, it doesn't really look that
So
like
much
that real.
blood in the game.
But
Like, now it's
nowadays,
pixelated.
shit is grotesque.
Yeah.
Like, it's super realistic and super. I mean, just Red Dead Redemption when you skin an animal is fucking grotesque.
I've had things described to me that happened in Red Dead, like, yeah, I shot this dude, and then like, I shot him in the face, and there was a chunk of his face. I'm like, well,
Yeah,
okay,
it's hectic.
okay.
Like, there's this like slow mo cam that show it's fucking hectic. So
Visceral, wow.
like a kid should not be playing that.
No.
100% not. So
Yeah, but then I'm like, does it make me a hypocrite? Because I grew up on games, and you know what? I'm not a mass murderer, but
Yeah.
I still want to draw a line and be like, hey, like, Fortnite maybe, there's no blood. It's more about the building and, looting. But I don't know. It's a problem for future me. Not
I feel the same. Like, I always played games growing up. I mean, my parents restricted certain things. Like GTA was always a big one. Like, violence wasn't always a thing. It was like the context of the violence.
Yeah.
And they kept an eye on that sort of thing, which I think any parent should. Like, you should keep an eye. Like, I don't think outright banning games based on their age rating works because, like, age ratings are stupid sometimes. But,
Yeah.
like, knowing what they're playing is a different thing. But what I was always kept fairly strict with was films. Like, I could not watch 16 rated films or 18 rated films until I reached that age, which was really annoying because a lot of other kids never had that issue.
Yeah.
But I don't bemoan it now. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So babies, the baby podcast.
Yeah, this is Born Geek 2.0. We're stealing it from Zoe.
I know. Well, what is she going to do now?
Who
The
cares?
fly and be
It's
a
ours now.
guest star in our new
Ours now.
podcast, man.
This is episode 31?
31?
31 of
30
Checkpoint
boring.
Chat. 30,
It's
ooh,
age
30
31,
boring.
nothing
Yeah, the next 9
significant
episodes are just going to be phoned in completely.
So we hit 40. It's like, yeah, we
Now we're
party
old. Now we're getting grey.
Yeah, no, this is when we look back like, shit, missed out on partying. We're going to go be that old fart that
Yep.
parties now.
Yep.
Not there's anything wrong with that if you do that.
Yeah, this is episode 31 of Checkpoint Chat. We talk about babies and games. Baby games too. We talk a lot about Nintendo. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just games
Baby
for
game.
kids. Thanks, Nicola.
I've played a lot of games this week and you haven't.
I haven't really
How
played.
dare you?
Yeah, so let me sum up my week. I've played some Frozen Wilds. I've played more Fortnite, and yeah, that's about it.
And you played like 10 minutes of Soul
And
Calibur.
I played literally 10 to 15 minutes of Soul Calibur.
Did you win?
At work yesterday. I think I won one game.
What do you
So
mean you think? How do you not know?
I don't know, man. Games are happening. I won a few rounds. I just can't remember if I won the actual match. I'm feeling I lost.
Is Soul Calibur like... I can't remember if it's Soul Calibur or Tekken that has like... you have to win 3 rounds.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think you can say that we were playing best of 5. So,
Okay.
but it's fun. I mean, I can't give you detailed impressions of it because 15 minutes. I played as 3 characters, one of which was Geralt. Because,
Yeah,
Witcher.
Geralt of
and
Rivia.
I still think it's amazing that they've put him in the game, and he's like not the main character, but they put him on like the box art. Like, goddamn, they put some random dude from The Witcher in the game, and he's on the box art. So it's quite a big deal.
Apparently it works really well. Like his magic and his sword like kind of tie in well to how Soul Calibur works.
Well, look, I was pushing buttons and he was doing like sword attacks followed by Igni spells. It's like, yeah, this is Witcher all over again.
Well, Soul Calibur is the original button masher. Like,
I don't know if it is a button masher.
No, it's 100% a button masher. Yeah, it's like known for that.
Because I think about Tekken to me is like the button masher because you can combine punches and kicks and shit just happens because there's a combo that exists for like millions of different things. Where Soul Calibur, I mean, the last one I played was on the Dreamcast, so probably Soul Calibur 1 or 2 back in
Might
the
have
day.
even been Soul Edge, the precursor to...
I have no idea. But Soul Calibur, it's like there's your horizontal attack, your vertical attack, a kick.
The kick is so dumb. God.
Yeah, it kind of doesn't fit.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
Like when I push buttons with my weapon, I'm like, yeah, look at these combos, and I push a kick, I'm like, it's like, well, how do I follow
It's like
this?
this
with
little
a combo?
stomp, yeah.
Yeah, and then you've got your grab and everything. But I mean, I think this game has been made way more accessible. Sorry for those listening. I know I sound nasally. I'm like borderline sick, but I'm not sick. So it's
He's
really
here
annoying.
getting me sick. How's this guy?
I'm congested. That's it. But it's been made accessible that my colleague John Michael with his PlayStation to the office, and he explained it to us in like a minute or two, and we were all playing like it wasn't a. I mean, obviously he's played a lot more, so he's much better than us. But I still won a couple of rounds against him, and like all of us did. So they've added some stuff that's just made it more accessible. But I think there is that depth there if you are looking for it.
I've heard it's a good game, yeah.
Well, I mean, I enjoyed it. If it ever goes on sale, I'd 100% pick it up.
Apparently it's got this like really robust single player mode where you can create a character.
The character creator is special, let me tell you.
Yeah, you can create someone I can't remember which podcast it was, but they were chatting about some of the characters they've seen, and one of the characters they mentioned was the Crimson Chin from Fairly Odd Parents. I was like, fuck, I need to see that so badly.
Wow.
So funny. So funny.
Yeah, the internet's come up with some fantastic character creations, and I can tell you John Michael had I can't remember what the dude's name was, but he wasn't wearing a shirt, he was wearing hot pants.
Nice.
And a top hat.
And a top hat.
And a top hat. And
it's like hot Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham.
And like a scarf or a shirt around his neck. Like
an ascot around his... Oh, my God.
So good.
That is good.
It's like, wow, this character, what is his name? And he wielded a giant sword.
I've found it super strange that, like, this character creator is super, super robust to the point where people are making characters with very big dicks.
What? Why would people do that?
So, like, Bandai Namco's given them the tools to do this and then said, hey, if your character's lewd, we're banning you from online play.
Wow.
It's like,
You
come on, guys, you
gave them
can't give
tools,
us the
man.
toys and then tell us not to play.
Yeah.
It's just not.
But it
is very funny, though, because, like, it's just like, it almost like replaces your weapon because it's just this rigid part of your body. And I've seen like a lizard man that it is something.
Well,
you need to go look up characters in Soul Calibur.
You've played Soul Calibur.
I actually played this one at E3. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I'm very bad at it.
But do you know Voldo?
No.
You
I don't
must
know.
know. If I show you a photo, you'll know exactly who I'm talking
The only
about.
Soul Calibur character I know is
is
Ivy.
Ivy. Who doesn't know
Who
Ivy?
doesn't know
I mean,
Ivy?
she's like-
Yeah.
But Voldo's this weird character who's got... I'll show you a photo. You'll recognize him. He's got weird moves in that. But I saw someone put like a deck on him.
Nice.
And he's got this weird move where he like thrusts.
Nice.
So there's a video of him just doing that repeatedly. It's like, no, why is this in the game?
This is good.
Check it out.
This is good.
Yeah, but Soul Calibur's, I mean, I've played 15 minutes. I enjoyed it. I can't tell you, wow, must buy or no, it's shit. But I can tell you it's accessible, that we could all pick it up and we all enjoyed it. It really was a lot of fun.
And there's cool characters coming. The other day they announced 2B from Neo Automata is coming.
Yeah, I mean, if we've got Geralt and we've got 2B, I'm like, cool. Oh, who else can we expect to see in this game?
Yeah.
I mean, this is a game that brought you Darth Vader and Yoda.
Your Yoda was fucking bad. I just remember the discourse around that because like he
Try
was
grab him.
Yeah, he was too small. Like yeah. Soul Calibur has been through some times. There was Spawn in one of them, I think it
Yeah, I
was.
think it was one of the earlier ones.
I do recall. See, I always get confused whether it was Soul Calibur or there was a Star Wars game. I think it was based on the film Episode 3, And if I'm not mistaken, it had a side mode where you could play like a 2D fighter. I might be messing this up.
Oh,
So I
no.
can't remember if it was that or Soul Calibur or Darth Vader, but one of the intros was so stupid, where it's like Darth Vader came in and the character you're fighting against came in, and they were like, hope one of those buttons on your chest calls for help.
Yeah.
It's like,
You're like,
okay.
wow. Yeah. Here's Voldo.
Voldo.
He's a weird ass character.
He looks like the Wolverine of Soul Calibur's universe.
No, but he also looks like he's into S&M and like some really freaky stuff.
Yeah, he looks like he goes to those weird like trance parties that are like heavy metal
Wow.
trance parties.
Have you looked at his eyes? Like,
He's the stretchy arm guy
he's a stretchy arm guy
of Soul Calibur.
Yeah. No, that's an analogy I can get behind.
He's the Dalasim, or is it Dalsim? Dalsim. That stretchy arm guy.
Oh my god, Jeff's curling.
Jeff's not in his grade because he doesn't listen to this podcast because he's a loser.
You're right. Yeah, only cool people listen to this podcast.
Well, but that makes the character look like a mummy now. Is he a mummy?
No.
A mummy with
just imagine
Wolverine
him doing
claws?
thrusting moves.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, that's kind of weird.
Yeah. Now you know what I'm talking.
I thought the character you were talking about was more like a Zangief type of guy.
Oh no.
I could picture Zangief doing some thrusting.
Some thrusting or some squats.
Some Slav squats with some thrusting.
Now, if you could build a Zangief in this game,
Is Zangief Slav? Isn't he Russian?
No, he's Russian. I think he's Russian,
He can Slav squat. It's okay.
Whoa, you're crossing boundaries over here. Yeah, that's Soul Calibur, really, in a nutshell.
Cool.
Maybe I'll play it some more if John Michael brings his console.
Is it better than FIFA?
Yeah, I mean, I can
different.
actually win in Soul Calibur.
Well, I thought you were winning in FIFA. I thought you were pretty good at FIFA.
With luck. Yeah, no, but it's a lot of fun. I mean, in fighting games generally are just easier to pick up.
Unless you're playing like Dragon Ball Fighter Z is accessible, but it's accessible if you play the tutorial because that game button mashing is impossible. It just does not work.
Doesn't work.
It's too complex because you need to do things. I mean, you can button mash and things will happen, but you won't.
You don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah. I remember playing that at E3 with my pal Greg, and we were just button mashing because we were both bad at fighters, and I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Were explosions happening?
Yeah, because there's like your specials are like one button specials, so that's cool.
Yeah, Soul Calibur's also got that. It's literally you build up your bar, and there are two systems. One, you can either use that bar to like make yourself incredibly powerful, or you can do like a special finishing move or just a move that does a lot of damage.
I think there's also like a big reversal mechanic.
Yeah,
like it's like a rock paper scissors type thing.
Yeah. So if you push the counter button and you counter attack whatever, then it's really cool, very cinematic. The game slows down, and you have to push. Like, I don't know if all four buttons can, but you push one, well, like square, triangle, or circle, and it is a rock, paper, scissors mechanic. And then you see, like, you guys, the camera slows down and your move starts going, and you're like, oh no, who's going to get it?
Oh,
then,
that's
like,
kind of cool.
And then the fight carries on, basically.
Okay.
It's very cool. But yeah, I couldn't quite wrap my head around it because it's like, I don't know, is it just a luck thing, or do you start reading what your character, like, what the enemy does?
Yeah.
Or,
I think it might just be a luck thing.
It's a cool little touch though, because once I learned that, I was like, counter attack, and then it is at slow mo.
Injustice did that with their system as well. They also have like a rock paper scissors thing. I don't know. I'm waiting for the fighting game like Mortal Kombat, where they literally just sit down and play rock paper scissors to determine who gets the next hit. Yeah,
I mean, Mortal Kombat's been known to include like a kart racer.
It's true.
Games.
They got those X-ray things as a good time. Did you see? Speaking of that, did you see? There was a GIF going around a while back of Spider-Man with Mortal Kombat's X-ray system superimposed on it. So
I know.
Spider-Man would like kick someone in the head, and it would just
sure.
show this X-ray of like their neck breaking. But it was edited so well that it was like perfect.
Like, no, Peter, why are you killing people?
He's straight up killing people. Like,
wow.
It's the same with like the Batman games. It's like, I don't kill people. It's like, no, you fucking
you break
murdering these
people's,
people.
Like, limbs, yeah.
Like, I'll never forget in Arkham Knight where it's like, oh, you can't run over people with the Batmobile. It just shoots them with a stun gun and immobilizes them. It's like, nah, I'm hitting these people. This dude's dead.
He's dead,
like,
yeah.
He's dead. There's no question about this.
Batmobile's made of soft material that cushions the
cotton
blow.
candy. Yeah, like fucking hell.
You saw that guy fly, but don't worry, he was just stunned.
And they try and make it like really like you hit someone and the guy will fall to the side and you'll see the spark like fly from the car to the guy. It's like, I just hit that guy. Like if he's immobilized, he's dead, like drowning in his own blood or something.
Oh my gosh, that's so visceral. Games are so violent these days.
I mean, Batman is. They just need to stop pretending he doesn't kill people.
Straight up murders people. Well, the games before that he doesn't. He just breaks their arms.
Yeah.
Backs, you know.
If he's not killing them, he's seriously putting them. Yeah, they're not walking anymore. Like some of the moves he hits them with, like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you aren't getting up from that ever.
No, definitely not. He's like one move short of like doing a real world RKO on their neck or something like that. Fucking out of nowhere, just
so violent.
That needs to be in the game now. I just want to see like Batman
moves.
RKOing someone
That's like
on a chair.
Darren's dream, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Like the final fight is against the Joker, and your finishing move is like this RKO, just whoosh, through the fucking
Darren
stage.
Should take a moment or an afternoon to sketch up a wrestler version of Batman.
Yes, I want to see a sketch of Batman delivering an RKO to the Joker.
Oh, okay. Now we're getting into detail.
I will fucking frame that.
If you could whip that up, Darren, that'd be great.
Yeah, I will frame that. Just be like 2 checkpoint chat, out of nowhere, XOXO.
It'll be the first thing we put on our t-shirts, our merchandise line.
Yeah.
This is
Checkpoint
future
chat,
planning,
the Batman wrestling podcast.
Yeah, no longer the number one Tetris hating podcast.
It's not, because I love Tetris now.
What a segue.
Yeah, I love it.
This is why they pay me the big bucks.
Tetris Effect.
We could still confirm as 0. So
I mean, big bucks times 0 is still big bucks.
Yeah, exactly.
In some universe.
Well,
You paid an influence, Matty. Come on.
I am.
You're rich in influence.
I'm so prominent on the social media. But yes, Tetris Effect.
Tetris Effect is
Tell us.
So good.
Why is it great?
Good. So good. So Darren described it as a religious experience, and I'm pretty sure if Tetris Effect was a religion, I'd go to church. That's all I'm saying about that.
That should be in your review. Is that in your review?
It should be. Fuck, I should have used that.
Go amend that intro.
So to back things up, Tetris Effect is 100% Tetris. Like, it is not a different type of game. Developers Enhance, who've made Rez and Lumines, they went to there's apparently a Tetris company, like a fucking like council, that defines, like, if you wanted to be recognized as an official Tetris game, it needs to abide by certain rules. Like, the movement needs to feel a certain way, rotation, because there's weird rotations. Like, if you rotate left and right, like, different things happen based on. That's why people can do things like T-spins and stuff like that. Like, they manipulate the rotation.
This is all foreign to me.
I mean, so like if you want to get a block in this weird like small crevice, like rotating left,
I do understand.
Would define that. Yeah. So like these are all things I learned going along. But Tetris Effect is approved by the Tetris company. It is the most Tetris of Tetris-ass games.
Can we just imagine that council for a moment? Yeah. Like, what do you do for a living? I represent the Tetris Council.
This is Mr. L Block. This is Mr. T Block.
Mr. Square Block does not approve this motion.
Yeah, Mr. Lan Block.
Wow. So these are probably their nicknames.
Yeah, I mean, their aliases, they have to be kept secret. It's like the Coca-Cola company and their secret recipe. You can't have all the Tetris Council members in the same area at once, because if they all die, Tetris disappears.
Oh, no. Whoa. Too soon, man.
Yeah, too soon.
Tetris leaving.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. I guess anyways.
So yeah, it's Tetris, but just like Lumines, it's Tetris to a beat almost. So Enhance is really known for their visual and musical chops, put it that way.
Chops.
Yeah, they create like original soundtracks for all their games, which are all fucking sublime. They're like a mix of calm electronic music to like hectic drum and bass or EDM, but all just really good. None of it feels like generic, in a way. So Tetris Effect has this journey mode where you play through stages, and each stage kind of has, each set of stages is like 3 or 4 stages. And each of them doesn't have a theme, but it kind of goes in like this wave. Like, it might start off really chill, and then the next stage might be like more intense. So like the speed will be increased or something like that. And then it'll be chill again. So it's like this really nice wave of, going through adrenaline spikes and not just like a straight linear line from like chill to like fucking crazy.
Would you compare playing Tetris to skydiving?
Yeah, kind of.
Whoa,
Yeah.
with that adrenaline.
Jesus, it gets hectic. Some of these stages they start off chilled and like the screen's actually like empty. There's like not much happening, and it just like over the course of a single game, just it's a journey. It takes you through this like musical journey. Like each of your moves in a stage stays in rhythm with the beat, and eventually like your controller will start vibrating to the beat, so you'll feel like you get no points for it, but you feel incentivized to kind of like do your soft and hard drops according to the beat because you're just in a rhythm. Like it nails it so well. Like there's this one stage where it's almost like this like ritual, like the summoning ritual, and the music just starts off so chill, but then by the middle of it you see these like figures made of like fiery pixels, and they're all like chanting, and you're just like, fuck yeah, I'm just fucking dropping these blocks.
And the next thing you know, you're leading a cult. You're like, how did this happen?
I mean, this is how it happens. So it's so good, and there's so many good difficulties. Like I'm playing on beginner because like I'm a novice in Tetris, but like I feel like I'm understanding Tetris now.
Yeah.
I know that I should make a well on one side so I can just drop line blocks in there and stuff like that. And there's sometimes in journey mode the difficulty spikes just because of the stage, and I feel like it's a bit unfair sometimes.
Yeah.
Which is, but it's not a huge issue. And then there's also outside of the journey mode, there's all these other stages. Like you can play marathon mode, you can play a chilled out mode where there's no game over, so you can just practice to whatever song you want. There's these neat modes, like one where it's like there's these infected blocks on the board, so you've got to clear as many as you can in 3 minutes.
Oh wow! It's Dr. Mario. What is this?
Yeah, essentially, yeah. There's a random mode which just throws multipliers at you every 30 seconds. Like it will turn the screen upside down, or you'll get a big block, or stuff like that. There's a lot of ways to play Tetris here. The only thing that I think is lacking is like a versus multiplayer. Like I'm not like going, oh man, that's a real big omission, but that would have been nice. Yeah. It would have been cool because there's multiplayer integration. Like you can see what other modes people are playing, but you can't play against them, which is but yeah, what a game. Like it's Tetris. The only rule changes are you can hold pieces. And I'm not too sure if this is new, exclusive to Tetris Effect.
I don't think it's an exclusive, but I don't remember that being a thing in like early Tetris games.
If it's a new rule, it's like fairly recent or whatever. So yeah, as a piece drops, you can hold a piece, and you can only swap out between what you have and the held one once a turn. So you can't just like keep swapping between them. The other mechanic that the game introduces is called, I think it's called Zone.
Yeah.
Zone effect. I don't know. So basically you have this like meter that you build up as you start clearing lines. And at any point, although you're incentivized to do it when it's full, you can press it and basically time freezes. So your pieces aren't dropping. And while time is frozen, you try and create as many lines as you can.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter where the line is created, because as soon as you create a line, it gets transported to the bottom of the board. So you're incentivized to just like clear, even if it builds you right up to the top, because as soon as the time runs out, all of the lines you've created just like straight down and like explode. So like it's a really good way to clear mistakes you made early on in the game.
Nice.
And also just like catch a breather. And I really want to see how pros use it, because like there's bonuses for clearing like 16 lines in one effect thing, and I've seen people do it.
But then that's
wild.
Almost, I'm sure you could combat that, your lines move to the bottom.
Yeah.
But then the lines above and below, they end up merging properly or something. Like, I don't know if that'd work.
It's something like that. It kind of works like that. Yeah.
That'd be quite interesting.
But you can also screw yourself, because if you end up trying to create these lines like really haphazardly and you end up not creating enough, now when time resumes, like you've got this massive tower that's just a mess. I've learned that you got to be really. It's like being an architect. You just got to you got to smooth out each of your lines as you go up.
Lenska should play this game.
I've learned so much by just watching other people play Tetris that I now understand how to play it properly. I watched a good video from the kid that won the world champs the other day, that 16-year-old
I still
kid.
need to watch that video.
It's very good. Like I that's where I learned like, oh, he creates a well. And now I understand when people talk about wells in Tetris. But I saw a video yesterday of a writer at Kotaku who was playing, there's a mode called Master Mode. And like the game is just straight up, it's like, hey, this is like the hardest way to play Tetris. So basically from the get-go, the speed levels are different. They're called M1, M2 for master. And even M1, the block drops immediately.
Oh, wow.
Like as soon as it appears, it's at the bottom and it will set if you're not rotating it. And even then you've got a limited number of rotations.
Yeah.
And this dude on his first attempt got to like M14. I didn't survive M1.
Wow.
Like I died before it got to another speed level. Like I was just watching him and it was just like mesmerizing. Like, he's so quick, so quick. So
it's insane.
I like watching high level Tetris players. Who would have thought?
Whoa, I mean, come on, you've come such a long way.
I've been rehabilitated in this church of Tetris.
The church, you started a cult with at one level, and then you had people chanting.
It's legitimately one of the best games I played this year. Like this is game of the year material.
Yeah, but there's a reason Tetris is such an iconic game though, because it's fun to play. When you read it on paper, it's like you line up blocks, and it's like, well, that sounds okay. But I mean, even like I'm not knocking you or anything, but I know you like Tetris. Man, it's okay. But I don't know if you took the time to actually sit and play a Tetris game.
I think that's what happened was like I always said that I didn't hate Tetris because of how it played. I was just like, I hate Tetris because I'm bad at it.
Yeah.
Like I'd never understood
but
it.
now you've sort of dived into it and you've started watching how people
it's kind of clicked now, and I'm like,
and now you're like, and there's the thing with Tetris, it's fun to play, and there's a side to it that's almost like therapeutic. It's good
100%
for problem solving. There's a whole lot of like
it's meditative. It's like I play 1 or 2 rounds of Tetris Effect and I feel calmer, like less anxiety. It really is that, and like it's got all these songs that can either contribute to a calming mood or like I want to get pumped mood. And the music and the visuals are just so good. Like when you play it normally, it's like 4K, it's stunning, and then you can play it in VR, and that is a trip. That is, if you have a VR headset, this is a must play in VR.
Put your drugs away. We've got a new one.
If you say LSD and you play this, you might not come back.
Wow,
you might be lost. Yeah,
we do not condone such behavior.
I do not recommend it. Yeah.
Wow.
But what a game! Like it's like $40 apparently, which seems a bit steep, but it's fucking awesome. Yeah.
What platforms is it? Only on PlayStation?
Only on PS4. Yeah.
Just PlayStation exclusive.
This is a game I would fucking love on Switch.
You thought God of War and Spider-Man were Game of the Year.
This legitimately is like Game of the Year.
That's
like
awesome.
This will be on my Game of the Year list because it's just like. But I hope just like Lumines that we get a version on Switch eventually because
I'm sure it'll port around.
That coming to Switch will be. I mean, Lumines is fucking awesome on Switch. You need to play that game, but
so need to. Yeah. So much stuff to play. So little time.
Tetris Effect is good. Very good. One of the best.
4 out of 4 blocks would recommend.
4, T block out of blind block.
T block on the
What's your favorite Tetris block?
My favorite. It's the L, man. Of course it's
the L.
Yeah, it's probably the easiest to use. You can either...
Really?
Yeah, you can put it straight up or put it flat.
I find it sometimes tricky to use. I think the hardest block to use for me is...
the square.
No. I found that one of the easiest.
Or the...
Yeah, it's probably the Z. Depending on how I've built, it's either the Z or the S. Because I'll get something and be like, "Fuck, I cannot use this."
You got to put it flat, man, and then you just do something else.
One of my favorites is the T because that thing is versatile as hell.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Look at us talking Tetris blocks. We've come such a long way.
Tetraminos or tetraninos?
I think I actually have heard that term. No, there's a term for that for.
Yeah, I think it's a tetramino.
Yeah. Tetramino.
And then each one is a name. And then the place
so you need something. It's not the L block or the square block.
Yeah, I think that's like the. It's like when you like call an animal and then it's like, no, that's not its Latin name.
It's not.
Like,
no, what is this?
And the area that you play in is called a matrix, which is cool.
It is a tetramino, but I mean that's why it's called Tetris. Then
I guess so.
Tetramino.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still waiting for the. There is a Tetris movie happening. I was gonna joke, and I'm like, fuck yeah, that's actually happening.
But that's how we got onto like how ridiculous Tetris is all those weeks ago. It's like, there's a Tetris movie happening.
Oh, you're right.
What will the plot be? Is it about the Tetris Council? Because that's a movie I can get.
Yeah, I'd fucking watch that. Yeah,
because I'd love to know what the hell the Tetris Council do all day long besides approve games like Tetris.
I mean,
Effect.
speaking about weird jobs, I heard that there's an emoji council.
What?
And I was
How
like, Matty
am I
needs
not
to
on this
be.
council?
Yeah, I mean, their CEO, the chief emoji officer. Like,
the cowboy hat emoji.
Yeah.
The head of the emoji council.
I was listening to a podcast, it might have been the Bombcast, Giant Bombs podcast, and they were talking about this, and they were just like, what do you think which emojis appear on the CEO of that company's like most used list?
Wow.
Just very
These are deep conversations.
I mean, these are hard hitting questions.
This is journalism at its peak.
Definitely the can lady.
Oh, man. Whoa, yeah, the dancing lady.
Dancing
Although
lady.
she's slipped down in popularity. We can all be honest.
It's a cowboy hat now.
Cowboy hats is the best emoji at the moment.
Howdy.
Howdy. My best is like, I'm on the way to record podcast. You just reply like cowboy hat emoji. I'm like, yeah.
He's awake.
He's awake.
Do you know that I still went to sleep at least twice after that?
Really?
Because it was like 7:15 or something.
Wow.
So I put my phone on snooze until like 10 to
Goddamn.
10 to 8. Yeah.
I envy you so much.
Man, you arrive here and I've just gotten out of bed.
Yeah, you're wearing some sick Jamaican pants.
Yeah, Jamaican, these 5 pants that Shani
Look
calls
at all the
them. They're
colorful
so good.
colors.
They're so comfy to sleep in. So good.
Oh man, but what else have you been playing?
So I played Tetris Effect, which was really good. I played another game which was really bad.
So this is how the universe balances things out. You have really good, and then they're like, no, we need to bring you back down to earth.
Jesus.
So we're going to make you play. What did you play?
Overkill's The Walking Dead.
The Walking... Carl!
Yeah, Carl! Now,
Carl.
let me tell you, I've seen this game. I've been to E3. Ooh, how many times have I been to E3? 1, 2, 4 times.
Has this game's been there every time?
Every single year.
Wow.
Every single year. So, like, not many people have been to E3, so this is how it works. Like, there's 2 fucking huge ass halls, but there's like foyers to each hall, and the publishers that either couldn't secure space in the main hall or just didn't want to pay the exorbitant amount for booths there, they often show their games in the foyers. Now, Overkill's The Walking Dead has been in the same spot for 4 years every time. I think it's in South Hall, walking in just up the escalators. And I've always been like, that game's probably should come out soon. Like, it's been advertised like quite a bit.
A lot.
Fuck, that game is bad. Oh my God. I hate slamming on games because like there's still effort put into every game. I don't think anyone ever creates a game with the intention of it being bad, but I would not recommend anyone purchase this game as is right now. It's just not good. So what it is like it's produced by Starbreeze, and Starbreeze obviously made Payday, the co-op game like Payday. So it's similar in that regard. It's like a 4-player co-op game like Left 4 Dead.
I didn't realize it's made by the same people.
Well, it's produced by them, not dev by them. Yeah, because Payday is actually good. So it's like a Left 4 Dead style game where you have this like overworld map and you take on missions in like the sequential way to kind of progress a story that seems very rote and boring at the moment. It's just like you're a camp of survivors and hey, you're in Washington and there's zombies. And there's this other camp called the Family and they just like fucking with you. I don't know. Wow. That's all I've got so far. Like they do something, you're like, fuck them, we're going to retaliate. You retaliate, they do something back to you, like, fuck them, we're going to retaliate. That's all it
basically is. The Walking Dead, though.
Yeah, it's, I guess they're pulling from source material that isn't that engaging already. So, so the missions themselves are like, they're fine. Like the 4-player co-op is fine. You get 4 characters who are meant to have 4 distinct abilities, and they kind of do like the guy I'm playing as is a tank, so he can craft like flashbangs and I think just flashbangs, and also
can you blind zombies?
Huh?
Can you blind zombies?
Apparently you can. Apparently flashbangs affect zombies, which I found also fairly strange. Okay. But my guy like does more damage based on how much health he has left and stuff like that. Like then there's a medic and a scout and they all have unique weapons, but you can actually just trade out their weapons for whatever weapons you want. So that's kind of nonsensical. Like, you can completely change their roles within a game based on what weapons they're using. But then you realize that weapons are completely fucking useless because there's this mechanic in the game where if you make too much noise, you'll attract more zombies. So there's this meter at the top, which the more you make noise, the more it fills. And like you get guns with silencers, but they break like really easily. So, so as that meter fills, if it reaches like the top, then you get like a tier 1 invasion, and it goes up to like tier 3. And already at a tier 1 invasion, it feels like you might as well just restart the mission because, firstly, the zombies keep coming; they do not stop.
Wow.
So the tier just determines how many come per wave, and they just constantly come to the point where you can't even get out of houses or get through doorways because there's so many enemies.
Just piled up.
Like, you cannot move. And once you get to tier 3, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, there are so many on screen that it's like, it does not make sense that is a playable way. Like, there's no way to come back from that.
Yeah.
I was in a match where we hit tier 3 pretty quickly because we didn't understand how this thing worked. And we spent, I think it was about 15 to 20 minutes just trying to get through one doorway.
Wow.
Because there were so many enemies that would whittle them down. You're running out of ammo. You're probably out of ammo. So now you're just hitting them with whatever melee weapon you have. And by the time you like...
break as well?
Huh?
Your melee weapons?
No, thankfully those don't. And as soon as you get like down through half the horde, the next wave spawns, and you're just like, well, fuck, this is impossible. And when we finally got through that door, we got to the next area, and objectives aren't marked with waypoints, which is fucking stupid.
Wow.
So you're just running around this area, not knowing where to go. There's like gates that lock off certain paths, and some gates you can lockpick, and some gates are locked to specific items for specific character classes, which you don't have from the get-go. You have to upgrade that character to a certain point to even get that tool. So none of this is made clear. So like, it'll be like, you don't have wire cutters. I'm like, oh, I haven't found them. Nope, wire cutters are specific to a class. It's an ability that appears somewhere. Like, and we got to this area and we spent another like 30 minutes just trying to find out what to do, and everyone's just dying. Like, eventually the chat, because there's no voice chat.
Oh, wow.
What the fuck? So everyone's just typing like, this is ridiculous. This is impossible.
Typing frantically like...
it was just like... Yeah, so that mechanic. What makes it worse is that you'll come across human camps throughout. Those camps contribute to that thing. So if they spot you, they start shooting, and it just contributes. And this meter never comes down. So it's like a persistent thing. And levels are pretty long. So like, you can't reload a waypoint. You can't reload a checkpoint. If your entire party dies, you get booted from the match. You get booted from matchmaking, and you've got to matchmake again to get into the same level.
But that's silly. Surely there must be a thing where they should set it that it spawns a finite number of zombies, and you work your way down.
But
to getting the tiers down.
It just like continues. So like, eventually I played a match where I matched with people. They're like, do not shoot your gun, because that's essentially what it boils down to. And that was a bit more engaging. Like, I felt like we were stealthy. So we were killing zombies stealthily, and we were infiltrating human camps pretty stealthily. But, like, I never used my gun once that entire match until the end, when I knew, like, oh, this is the last objective. Like, we can just fucking do it. Even when we approached human camps and they saw us, I ran around hitting people with my baseball bat because I was like, I'm not going to contribute to this thing. Because as soon as you hit tier 1, you might as well restart. Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's insane. Like a completely unbalanced mechanic that just dissuades you from playing the game in any other way aside from just mailing people. And then on top of it, you've got like human camps where the stealth is so sort of broken. It's very difficult to kind of judge line of sight. And even then, when you get spotted, like the human enemy AI is so dumb. They'll sometimes just run away from you and just run in a corner and just stand there.
They're
like
terrified.
And then sometimes like it will be like there's an enemy left. I'm like, where? And we're running around looking for him. And he's just standing like in the middle of nowhere. Like, we're running past him. He's not doing anything.
Wow.
Like, this game is rough. It is so rough. And it's got all these mechanics that are just not explained. Like, in between missions, you've got to go talk to your camp leader in your camp. So basically, you've got to select a mission, load into matchmaking, you load into the level, you go chat to him. He's like, well done. And then you've got to manually exit. You've got to go into the menu and go exit to map to get back to take on the next mission. There's nowhere in that level going, okay, you're done. Like, let's go out, or like go to a gate. And you have to like fucking exit the online game to get back. And it doesn't tell you that. And then there's like upgrade trees for each character. Then there's like this
know. So it goes deeper.
There's this meta game. Okay, so each area you can find survivors and you can bring them to your camp. And at the end, you've got to choose, do you want to keep the survivors? And if you do, then they contribute to like your upkeep. So you've got like 3 resources. I don't know particularly what they are. But after a set amount of days, it will minus some resources based on how many people in your camp.
Yeah.
And completing a mission passes a day. Okay, so then you get resources from doing missions, but you also need to use these resources to upgrade certain parts of the camp. So use upgrade points to upgrade characters, but use resources to upgrade parts of the camp. And your progression is gated by certain parts of the camp being upgraded. So it's like, hey, you can't take on this mission until you upgrade this thing. So I was like, okay, cool, I need to upgrade this innocuous, like, weird part to, like, level 2. Get to it. It's like, you don't have enough resources. So that means I got to go back and just grind the same level.
Okay.
And this is, like,
again.
2 levels into the game. This isn't, like, end-game stuff, like, 2... And I'm already, like, sick of this shit. So I play the level again, get my resources. As I come out, the uptake thing kicks in.
Oh, no.
And I don't have enough again. I'm just like,
This is why you
fuck
This is why you have to kick survivors out, man.
But then you can have survivors who you can send on, like, automated missions. Like, Assassin's Creed did this, where it's like, hey, you're building up a band of assassins, send them out on missions. They got a success rate. You can do that and send them. But it's just like, why is this in here? Like, this feels like some mobile game bullshit, like gating me on my progression. Like, imagine playing Left 4 Dead and being like, you can't continue this match until you've grinded up resources to go.
To continue.
Fuck that. What the hell? Like, no, that's not fun. And like, between each mission, like each core mission is basically like zombies and humans in one map. And it'll be like zombie encounter, human encounter, little puzzle where you need to run around the map looking for items which don't have little mission count points on them, so you're just running blind. And just rinse and repeat that about 3 or 4 times.
Wow.
Every single mission's like that so far. And then in between that, it'll be like, hey, you've got to come back and defend base. So it's just like this wave mode.
So you just sit and you...
It's so routine. It's just so... it's bad game.
That's so sad because, I mean, I wasn't excited for this game, but the trailers actually look really good.
The trailers are so good.
Like, they were really good trailers. So, yeah, that's disappointing.
And like the story's not that good. I mean, it's not good. The game doesn't look that good. It looks fine. Like, there's nice lighting. And there's this cool thing where... So this just shows you how weirdly old the game is. Like, you can see where enemies spawn from. Like, there's gates where you can't go, and certain doorways that are blacked out. Like, Destiny does this as well. I think it's fairly shitty. But what is kind of cool is that when you approach a like open gate that you're not meant to go through because it's a spawn point, as you approach it, the background of that gate turns like this dark red and black, which kind of looks like the comics. And I think it looks really neat. Like, I'm like, that's a cool effect.
Yeah.
Even though this is a shit way to hide your spawn points. Like, but that effect is pretty cool. The gunplay is fine. The melee stuff is fine. But again, the game just restricts you on how you play, and it's wildly unbalanced. And there's so many things about it I don't want to engage with, and it's just unintuitive and confusing and bad.
Would you rather play Overkill's The Walking Dead or Dying Light?
Dying Light, 100%. Dying Light is a fucking great game.
Would you rather play Overkill's The Walking Dead or Left 4 Dead?
Left 4 Dead. Any day. Any day.
Wait, here's the thing. Would you rather play Overkill's The Walking Dead or State of Decay 2?
Whoa.
Whoa, which one would you pick?
Jesus. Right now, State of Decay 2, and I did not like that game.
I know. Whoa, okay.
I did not like
Well,
that
there
game.
you have it. So,
Overkill's The Walking Dead is not fun to play.
goddamn. Do you think it'll get better with time, though? A few fixes or
Maybe, but like the game's out. Well, okay, so it's out on PC right now, and it's coming to consoles in February. So there's a lot of time they can fix things. But like this thing's been in beta. I watched people stream it, and a lot of people were running into the same sorts of issues I was having. Yeah, I just would not buy this game. There are much better cooperative games, 4-player cooperative game. I can list them for you. Left 4 Dead is really good. Warhammer Vermintide 2 is fucking excellent, and it's a 4-player co-op game. What was there was one that came out the other day. Not Evolve.
What? Not Evolve?
Well, Evolve's like servers are down. So there was another 4-player one that I've forgotten about. I don't know. Red Dead Online's coming out soon.
Oh,
so yeah, that's cool. You can play Payday 2, which is pretty cool. Just don't play this game.
Oh, no.
Or at least like if you did, try to get that refund. I don't know. I'm really sad about it because it could have been cool.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
because we've had
the
Walking Dead
Dead
narrative. We've had this. We had that really bad first-person shooter where you played as like Daryl and his brother Merle, which was fucking horrible. And this one could have been cool because it's like 4-player co-op in a zombie universe, but it's just Jesus, no.
Yeah, the zombie genre is a bit tired, but I don't know. I say that and I'm like, yeah, Dying Light 2.
Oh man, I'm
can't wait for
so
that.
keen for that. Like Dying Light's so good.
It's fantastic.
I just want more of that good parkour.
2019.
Yeah,
year.
I don't know if it has a date yet, but I know it's next year. Yeah, I don't think it's one of those earlier games.
No,
Might be.
I think it's no. I think it'll be end of year-ish.
Yeah, I'm
mid-year.
super stoked for that.
Me too.
Yeah.
But yeah, would you have any other games you want to talk about, or we gonna move on to gaming releases?
Gaming releases.
At 51 minutes. Hot damn.
Nailed it.
Sure. Overkill's The Walking Dead. 10 out of 10 would not recommend. 51. What big is coming out? Oh, the Battlefield 5's, the early access stuff is happening right now.
It is, yeah. You can play Battlefield 5 right now if you want. I have heard not so great things about the campaign.
Oh, no.
Which is kind of shitty because
No, Battlefield, why?
it's like the only thing I was looking forward to. So we're looking at games from today, November 10th. Can you believe it?
Wow. Christmas is around the corner.
To Friday the 16th. Okay. So yeah, Battlefield 5 came out yesterday. Hitman 2 Gold also, which is the early access for Hitman 2, came out yesterday. But if you're not up for paying... Also, Hitman 2 is really cheap on Steam. I don't understand why.
How cheap is it?
Hitman 2, the core retail game, is 350 Rand on Steam if you pre-order it. Which is
that's dirt
absurd.
cheap, yeah.
If you buy the gold, it's 550, and that includes both expansions, which will come soon.
Yeah.
And then, so they basically remade... So I played a bit of Hitman 2, but not enough to really chat about it. They basically ported over all the first game's content into the second one using the new... not the new engine, but the new features.
Yeah.
So like you get the Assassin's Creed style crowd blending and mirror reflections in the old levels.
Yeah.
So if you buy the gold edition, or I think any edition, you just have to own the old game to have all those levels in, and the old game is like $150 on Steam. So for $600,
You get
I got
everything.
Hitman 1 and 2 and both expansion passes. I was like,
Jesus.
this is such a deal. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
And it's
get on that.
fucking good so far. Like,
Hitman 2. Oh.
yeah, Hitman 2, real good. Real good.
Oh, damn.
So if you're looking for that, it's out for proper.
But
for real things.
Hitman 2, it's not episodic. Okay? That's like, here's the whole
it's
game.
the whole thing,
Okay.
yeah. It's out on November 13th. So that's coming soon. The Room 3, also out on PC on November 13th. The Room is like that puzzle game. It came out on phones.
The Room.
Yeah, it's like a puzzle box, essentially. It's very clever. I liked previous ones, but I like them on my phone because they're nice.
I'll have a look.
Wait, hold
The
on.
Room.
16. Holy shit, there's some big games out this week. Okay. We've got Spyro
that out
Spyro
this week?
Reignited on the 13th.
Oh, Spyro. Are you excited for that?
Very.
Is that
I like
coming to
Spyro a
Switch?
lot.
It is coming to Switch.
It's out on PS4 and Xbox One for now. I'm sure it will come to
It'll come to Switch eventually, yeah.
Fallout 76, November 14th.
Oh, boy.
Gotta review that thing.
Are you reviewing it? Interesting. We'll talk to you next week or the week after.
Warhammer 40k
I have no idea what that is.
Mechanus? Yeah,
Okay.
Mechanus. Don't know what that is. Don't know if that's a strategy one or a shooter one.
I don't know. There's so many Warhammer games. It's hard to keep up with
That's
what's
out on
happening.
November 15th. Underworld Ascendant, PC, November 15th. So that's the new immersive sim that is co-developed by Warren Spector, the original creator of Deus Ex and stuff.
Oh, what's
I have
it
heard it's Underworld Ascendant. Jeff played it at E3. He said it was very boring.
Wow.
So I don't know. I like good immersive sims like Dishonored and stuff like that. So I'm hoping it's good because that could be cool. Like Warren Spector's a good designer, so
We like games to be cool always. We don't like bad games.
yeah, I don't like bad games. But do you like Bad Dreams? Because there's a game called Bad Dream: Fever coming out on November 15th.
Colon fever or like the symbol colon?
The symbol colon. Yeah,
Bad Dream colon
fever.
What does
You've had
that
a really
mean?
bad colon.
I know.
Maybe like each sequel is like a different phase of a bad dream, like fever,
dream.
then panic, then falling down dream.
I know.
Fucking hate those things. I
Those
hate
are the worst.
like the amount of times I've done that, and like I'm sleeping next to Sean, and she's like, "Are you okay?" Because I'm like, I like fucking jolt.
You're like,
the
I
whole-
just jumped out of plane in my dream. What are you talking
yeah,
about?
but not even. Sometimes it's like hectic like that, or it's like a small thing, like I missed a stair on a staircase, and now
And
I'm
you
just
wake up
like,
and be like,
yeah.
is there a psychological explanation for that?
Apparently, it's an imbalance in your balance is determined by liquid in your ears.
Yeah.
Basically, you've got a spirit level in your ears. It's like that. So
So
the
what,
dream
it's-
triggers that, and like instinctively, you're meant to like.
That is
gasp,
so bizarre because I mean, it's weird how your brain like precurses that with something, like contextualizes it in the dream so that you wake up like,
yeah.
oh, I was just dreaming about like missing that step or whatever.
It's fucking weird, man.
bizarre.
I hate it. Some people love it, but I hate it. Hellgate London is being re-released on PC on November 15.
Hellgate London.
Do you remember that game?
I never played it. I was
did
hyped
not
for
like
it.
that
I
game.
loved the trailers.
Oh, the trailers and the box art was so dope.
So
it was
good,
like this
yeah.
night with this fucking crazy. The game was not good, I thought.
So why is it being
I don't know.
Wow,
It's
it must
come-
have had a cult following.
It's not like getting a remaster or anything. It's just
Just
like
a re-release.
back on Steam, like
Oh
essentially.
wow!
Yeah.
Wait, was that a co-op shooter, or could you only play it single player?
I
don't remember.
I only played it single player, but I don't know.
Hellgate London. I'll look it up.
The Settlers History Collection, like the Settlers of Catan, I assume.
No, I have no idea.
I don't know.
Hellgate-
Battlefield 5 Deluxe Edition. So apparently the Deluxe Edition doesn't mean you get early access, which is super weird.
I know,
That's out on November 15th. Then the big one.
which is a big one.
The big one. Let's Go Pikachu. Pokemon.
Oh, is that out this week?
November 16th. We don't talk about Let's Go Eevee because Eevee is a shit tier Pokemon
Oh,
and
no.
you should feel embarrassed if you think Eevee is
Wow.
cool.
So judgmental on this podcast.
Eevee sucks. Eevee fucking sucks. Eevee is cool because she can evolve. It can evolve into very cool Pokemon like Flareon and Vaporeon,
all of
the
the
vaping Pokemon.
Yeah.
And Jolteon and Umbreon and Espeon.
Wow.
And
you
then
know
there's,
all of them.
There's others. I think there's 9. I might be wrong. I don't know. And the evolutions are cool, except for Vaporeon. That's Pokemon fucking sucks. But Eevee herself sucks.
This is so judgmental. What do you have?
Pikachu. People are like, Pikachu sucks and doesn't have cool evolutions. Yeah, because Pikachu's core normal form is perfect.
Pikachu just has the one evolution. That's all you need.
The only problem with Pikachu is that Pichu exists and just fucked up the timeline.
Pichu.
Pichu. I swear it's Pichu.
I have no idea.
Pikachu's perfect.
I'm not a Pokemon nerd.
Then again, Fat Pikachu was perfect and they nuked
Oh,
Fat
wow.
Pikachu.
Opening up a can of worms right here.
Fat
Again.
Pikachu's the best.
The
Then
OG.
Pikachu is still better than
Then-
Eevee, but
then-
Fat Pikachu is the best.
I wish we had video on this podcast because we could visualize all of this, like represent it.
Yeah, this is Fat Pikachu.
There's a timeline.
This is Thin Pikachu.
And in between, we have.
In the garbage is Eevee.
Wow. You're really hating on Pokemon.
Fucking hate Eevee.
You just hate Eevee. This is weird.
Actually, I don't really hate Eevee. I just hate that people think Eevee is better than Pikachu, and that's just bullshit.
Imagine people having their own opinion.
The other day on Slack,
I know.
man, Tracy, who's our resident Pokemon fanatic at Critical Hit, she's just like, people just like Pikachu for the same reason people like Wolverine. They're a poster character and not actually that cool. I was like, what the fuck is going on? People are hating on Pikachu and now hating on Wolverine. You guys are crazy.
And then what happened?
I quit.
No, the story went on further. They contextualized Wolverine in the Premier League.
Yeah, they were basically like, Wolverine is the Manchester United of X-Men. I was like, fuck this company.
Like, wow.
I'm so out of here. I'm so done.
You're done.
I was just out. Like, who the hell's better than Wolverine in X-Men? Fucking
No one.
Gambit? He throws playing cards. Who gives a shit about that guy?
His movie's still in like perpetual
Yeah.
limbo?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, in the cartoon, the X-Men cartoon, he looked
He's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah. He had this coat. He had this like fucking staff.
You
Cool
know,
dude.
all
Cool
good.
dude. But
Where's his movie?
better than Wolverine? Please.
What?
Please.
Who is Gambit in the Premier League? Is he the Chelsea in the
It's
Premier League?
fucking Leicester City. He's only cool once every 10 years.
Oh man, there are some sick burns happening. Man. What else is coming out this week?
So yeah, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee coming out November 16th. Then, also November 16th, Civilization 6 on Switch, which seemed really cool until it's like, hey, there's no online multiplayer. And I'm like,
Then what's but not like what's the point? But
that's fucking detrimental to me.
yeah.
Like, that's shit.
that's weird.
Yeah, that sucks.
I mean, even the thought of playing Civ without a mouse is like, it'll work, but
It'll work, but like, no online multiplayer? No like marathon? No, fuck off.
doesn't work. No
Then
split screen co-op. What is this?
on the Switch, could
On
you
the
imagine?
Switch, on the little Switch.
A game called Distrust is coming out on PS4. I have not heard of this game.
I don't trust it.
Wow.
Wow.
Let's look it up. The fact that it's on PS4, I mean, that doesn't mean anything. PSN is full of garbage nowadays. So,
Ooh.
oh, wow. Yeah.
There's a lot.
Googling just
There's a lot
Distrust.
going into the garbage these days. We've got
Yes.
EV. We've got Distrust.
Distrust trailer. It's out on Steam. The developers, their name is Cheer Dealers. I like that.
Share dealers.
So the game came out on Steam. It's got a. Let's see. It's got a recent reviews say very positive.
Ooh.
So it's a co-op game.
Is this the co-op shooter that we've been looking for?
Oh, it looks like a twin stick shooter.
Oh.
Man, this visually doesn't look that good though. Okay, actually,
It's okay. It's okay.
it's fun. It's okay. It's okay.
Read us the box.
Fucking find
Wow,
it.
is there a box?
Inspired by John Carpenter's The Thing. Okay. Okay. Helicopter crash. Huh? A helicopter crash left a group of explorers stranded near an Arctic base. Yeah, this is very The Thing. As they try to find a way back, all they are doing is sinking deeper into a nightmare scenario.
Oh no.
When they sleep, they attract a terrifying force that sucks the life out of their bodies. But the longer they battle exhaustion and stay awake, the less likely they are to survive. As the survivors try to sleep just enough to stave off fatigue without dying, they slowly go mad and eventually reach the point where they can no longer trust their senses. In time, they can't even tell the difference between reality and a hallucination.
That sounds intense. That's quite a
That sounds way deeper than
a rationale there.
Yeah, but it looks like
They
a
can
twin-stick
sleep,
shooter.
but they can't sleep. They have to sleep enough to battle off fatigue, but keep their sanity.
I mean, that sounds pretty cool.
Wow.
So that's coming out on PS4. I mean, Steam reviews, very positive. That's a good metric. 22 reviews, recent reviews. And 650 all-time reviews, mostly positive.
Well, that's good.
That's good. It means it's either really good or hasn't done anything politically bad lately to warrant a review bombing. I mean, I say
there you
politically
have it.
bad. What I mean is just offend really big, like, babies online.
Yo, but big baby streamers.
Big baby gamers.
I know. Baby gamers, those don't exist.
Like the ones who get real mad at Blizzard for a mobile game.
Mobile games, man. Yes. Goddamn Blizzard. Really
Did you hear that?
How dare they?
Like Hearthstone has made like, I think it was like 60 or 100, I can't remember, $1 million on mobile. It's like, cool. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
Mobile games suck, yo.
Yeah, they're bad.
Fucking Jesus.
Wait, is that 60 to 100 million just on mobile?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
Speaking of
cash
news
monies.
and financials, let's get to news.
News.
What is news? News
What is news?
current
Define
events
it. Define it for me.
in the current
That is a great definition.
landscape of video games.
Video games.
The
Video
weekly
games.
happenings of video games. Tetris Effect. Place the
Just
bass. I like my subheading.
Place the bass. It's great.
Very good. Very good. What? I didn't read this.
Bass. What is this?
Destiny 2 is getting a much needed performance upgrade on consoles. Wait. Is this?
Is this the fabled?
It's just to do with long load time. Yeah, fuck. Okay, that's true. The load times in Destiny are fucking crazy long.
Well, they're long ass. So
Yeah.
how are they going to fix that?
So they say starting up the game, signing on and selecting a character will be faster. Yeah, because that's also really, really fast. Loading into activities and traveling through a destination, please. Loading the player inventory screen and switching between. Yeah, so I always thought this was tied to, like my internet connection. But like I'd open up the inventory and have to wait a few seconds for my things to load in, which sucked.
That is annoying.
So yeah, I'm glad that they're addressing that. That's cool. That's cool.
Faster load times is always
The load times of
good
Destiny on console are so long. Like loading into a new
I
planet.
hate load times. I mean, playing Fortnite, just to get into the game,
Yeah.
initially, it takes so long. Once you're in there, it's fun.
So Blizzard is apparently working on some new IPs, but they aren't going to be revealed for some time. Maybe one of the new IPs is Diablo 4. Am I right?
Maybe one of the new IPs was another mobile game, but I guess they're not going to announce that anytime soon.
Ooh.
Strategy guide.
Oh yeah, Prima. You know Prima Games who make all those cool big strategy guides? They're closing down.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, kind of sad because those strategy guides were nice, like coffee table
Proper,
books.
yeah.
Very, very nice. Very sad for them. Fortnite hit a big milestone this week. It exceeded 8.3 million concurrent players.
That is insane.
Now, put that into context. Steam as a platform
Yeah.
doesn't reaches maybe what I think like 11, 12 million concurrents. Like this is one game hitting
is
like
insane.
60, 70% of what Steam globally does.
Now, I want to know how many accounts are registered, I wonder. Like, I know it won't represent how many players because people will have multiple accounts, but still, they must have hundreds of millions of accounts.
So, I mean, 8.3 concurrents, like,
I wouldn't be surprised if you never know. One day they come out like we have 1 billion accounts registered for Fortnite.
I'm pretty sure it's over 100 million at this point.
Yeah, no,
like,
it has to be.
Destiny 2 and especially the recent expansion Forsaken is probably the best Destiny has ever been. But Activision isn't happy with Destiny sales at the moment.
And of course, the numbers aren't high enough.
Yeah, so this explains why the game, the core game, is currently free on PC for a limited time. You should pick that up, by the way.
I should grab it.
So I think Blizzard or Activision just wants to get the game in people's hands and get them to buy expansions. But this is interesting for two reasons. Earlier this year, there was a report that Bungie was working on a new game outside of Activision as part of their clause. And there were murmurings that Bungie would cease development on Destiny, try and purchase their way out of Activision again, or not again. This is exactly what they did at Microsoft. And Destiny would be taken over by Activision developers Vicarious Visions, who helped co-develop the Osiris and Warmind expansions.
Right.
So if Activision's not happy with Bungie's work, then I see that happening fairly quick. I'm interested to see if we even reach Destiny 3 ever at this point.
Do you not think we will?
I think if we do, I don't think Bungie's going to be behind it. That's going to be my
Maybe
call.
just Activision.
Yeah.
Vicarious Vision.
Beat Saber coming to PSVR on the November 20th.
What is Beat Saber? For people who don't know, it's lightsabers and...
So it's basically like Guitar Hero in VR with lightsabers.
That is
Sold.
so funny. As a matter of interest, do Disney or Star Wars, whoever, do they not have like copyright
Yeah, so this is the thing. They don't call them lightsabers, they just call them sabers. And they're very nondescript with how they look in the game. Yeah, it skirts around that issue.
It's a lightsaber.
It's a lightsaber. So basically, like, it's VR, these blocks are coming at you, and they're color-coded red or blue, and they have an arrow on them indicating which way you need to slice them. And songs can get... I played it the other day for the first time, and, like, it's like a sensory overload. Like, there's a lot of information coming at you at once. And just like Guitar Hero, it's like you've got to get, like, muscle memory in and learn how things are. But, songs can either be super fast, which is one thing, or can be complex. Like they can get very complex with the way they combine swipes. So yeah, it's a great game.
You just flail your arms around playing music.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
It's very good. I'm very excited for it on PSVR.
I had no idea it wasn't out because I've heard of Beat Saber. I just always assumed it was out, but it's only. I mean, it's launching this week
On the 20th.
on the 20th. Okay,
What I'm interested to see is like the game on PC is supported by user content, like user generated songs and stuff like that. Like none of that will be on PlayStation. So I hope there's not like a
long
dearth
will
of
it last?
content. Yeah.
buy some extra content on PSN.
There's a revision of the PS4 Pro that doesn't sound like it's trying to take off. Which is
Hallelujah.
cool because mine honestly sounds like it's going to take off when I play.
My
like, games
PS4
on
sounds like that when I play anything now.
Man, that fucking sucks. I hate it. So yeah, it's not like a new model. It's just like, like if you buy a new Pro, then you're probably going to pick this one up. So yeah, that's kind of cool.
Was there any like major big gaming news this week? Because I don't feel like, besides the whole Diablo drama and the ongoing drama of people
the
being
ongoing
shitty
drama.
and
Ugh, yeah, I don't even.
the ongoing debates.
It's just like you can be disappointed. You should not be an asshole.
Yeah, it's okay to be disappointed. Just don't be.
It's amazing that people can't make that distinction to me. They're like, but we're not being assholes. We're just showing our disapproval. It's like, yeah, but you're doing it in a way like you're mocking developers. Like some people have been saying threats. Like,
No,
that's not criticism. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Sims having a first-person mode. That's weird.
The Sims is getting a first person. How does that not exist already?
Very weird. Let's see.
Daisy.
Oh, this is weird. 5 years after it went into alpha, Daisy is heading into beta. I fucking forgot
What?
this game existed. I 100%. This is like
That's hilarious.
a game that totally missed its prime. Like it could have been huge at the time. And now it's just like, who the fuck's playing Daisy anymore?
But isn't PUBG a mod of Daisy? Didn't the original?
No, so Daisy is a mod of, if I remember, of Armor.
Armor, sorry,
so
okay.
is
Okay.
the original, yeah.
Oh, that
this
was
is
sad.
huge.
Yeah. I forgot
So
about that.
Square Enix announced last week a stream for Final Fantasy 15, and with a bunch of DLC still coming, everyone's like, "Cool, we're going to see
Yeah,
details
hype.
on this." Man, it was the complete opposite of that. So the thing opened with the game's director Hajime Tabata basically saying he's resigned. Holy shit!
Hectic.
Very sad about that because this dude, no matter what you think about him, saved 15.
He pulled that project together.
He
yo.
pulled this project together like cannot believe he's leaving. And as a result of him leaving, a bunch of the game's DLC got cancelled. Basically all the DLC except the Arden chapter. So the Luna Frey one cancelled. There was another
There was
one.
two other ones.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
All canned, and this is apparently due to the game. Well, basically because all this DLC has been cancelled, Square Enix is taking a massive hit of like $66 million. That's not what I was expecting from the stream.
No, I don't think anyone was expecting that.
Really sad Tabata's gone, like from Square Enix as a whole, because
Yeah, I wanted
Holy
to
shit.
see what else he would work on. I mean, Final Fantasy 16 or 17 or anything else.
this just makes me think that the studio, I think it's the Luminous studio, is working on the Final Fantasy VII remake, and probably maybe Tabata didn't want to work on that or something like that.
You don't think there were like internal politics or...
Yeah, because like Nomura is apparently working on 7 remake, and Nomura was the director of Versus 13 before he left, started working on Kingdom Hearts, and Tabata came and picked up the fucking scraps, if I'm getting this timeline right, and turned it into something that could
Sounds
actually
like a
be
Kingdom Hearts
released.
timeline.
So yeah, fucking hell. So yeah, I
That's
don't know.
sad, yeah.
Very sad. Very sad.
But is he starting his own studio, I think?
I don't think he said. I just think he said,
Is he working on something
That he's
else? I don't
out.
know. Yeah, I'm out, fam.
I'm at mic drop.
Bam, out.
Let's see. Mass Effect Andromeda is now enhanced for Xbox One because they're celebrating N7 Day.
Hooray.
They also made hints at like the future of Mass Effect, but didn't really say anything. So I was like, I mean, this is how far Mass Effect has fallen down the social zeitgeist, where BioWare can tease a new Mass Effect and no one gave a shit. Like, I saw no one actually writing about it or...
It's like, yay.
Yeah. Echo, that character in that Overwatch short.
It's just one of 6 new heroes.
Yeah. So more shorts.
Stuff.
I don't know. Those shorts are cool. I like those shorts a lot.
Yeah. They must just make a movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 sold a fucking truckload of copies already.
17 million.
17 million in 12 days. That's more than the whole of Red Dead Redemption 1 did in 8 years.
That is
crazy.
Wow. That's quite something.
Crazy. They also announced that GTA 5 is now sold over 100 million copies. Absurd.
That's like one of the best-selling games of all time then, surely.
In entertainment, yeah.
God damn.
Path of Exile coming to PS4 next month.
Hooray.
Path of Exile is a cool Diablo-like.
Hooray.
I think that's pretty much it.
I'm going to look at best-selling games of all time because I'm
Best-selling games of all time do that. Oh yeah, there's a rumor that PUBG, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds,
it's coming to
PS4 next month. Blizzard's co-founder did say that all of their IP are going to get mobile games. Suck it up.
Okay, this is an outdated list, but it's still a good yardstick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is from July 2016 in August.
Wow, that is very long ago.
Yeah, but you'll understand why I'm referencing it here now. It says Super Mario Bros. 40 plus million copies, so I assume that's the original.
I'd assume so, yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 5, 65 million. But now you say it's close to 100 million, okay.
So doubled that in 2 years, Jesus.
Wii Sports, 82.78 million. It's 82.
Because there was a pack-in. Yeah, you see, the pack-ins...
It cheated the system, but yeah. Minecraft, 107 million.
Really?
So that's also probably climbed up
wow.
a lot since
I did not realize it was that many. Sure.
Tetris, 495 million.
Damn right. Fucking... And now you can buy Tetris again.
With Tetris Effect. I mean, does Tetris Effect count as a Tetris game that goes to that
because
number?
it's authorized by the Tetris company.
The council
it's got a fucking logo on there being like, this is an official Tetris product.
But I mean, does that not count as...
Oh, do you think it counts towards that total?
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
So this is just original Tetris.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't... Yeah, I would not say that it... I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. But yeah, that's... So GTA... I mean, I can't find anything recent. But that's still an interesting measure that GTA 5 was in the top 5 and...
GTA is like the highest earning piece of entertainment of all time.
Ever.
Yeah, it's something. I just want to turn your attention to this great header image because Nintendo Switch got its YouTube app this week.
Finally.
Darren, it must be. Oh no, it's Jeff. He used a SpongeBob. You know, like 1 hour later.
1 eternity.
No, it's
later.
just 1 eternity later. I still remember you splicing that into some videos of mine.
I know.
I was trying to unbox something. It's like 2 hours later.
Well, because it took so long. I'm kidding. Okay, let's get to questions.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a few from Migs. Shocker. Says, have you guys played the US game journalist's favorite game of 2018, The Quiet Man?
Fuck. I've read and listened to so much about that game. It sounds like an absolute train wreck. Like,
okay, so the answer is no.
Do you know?
I remember we touched on it briefly.
So it's like you play as a character who's deaf, so you can't hear anything. But there's like stretches of like 8-9 minute cutscenes where just characters are talking and it's all silent. What the fuck?
But are there no subtitles?
No, there's
what
nothing.
So just showing you.
It's just like, hey, this is our gimmick. You can't hear anything.
It's immersing you.
But you have no idea what the story's about. Apparently the combat is garbage. Like,
does the game have music?
No, this is entirely silent.
It must have been a lot cheaper to make because no audio recording.
It's so bad.
That's hilarious. I haven't actually read any. I must go look up this game.
I think GameSpot gave it a 2 out of 10. Like, it's abysmal. It's
was
so
it a
bad.
Square Enix game?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just fucking hell.
The Quiet Man.
Oh, God. Yeah, I don't know.
If you guys could live anywhere on planet Earth, where would it be? Would it be the present time or a specific time period in the past? The option to live in the future is off the table.
Oh, so he means...
So
not any place, but any time period.
But I think anywhere and in any time.
Oh, so it can't be the future.
It can't be the future.
I guess that's fair. We don't know what's coming in the future.
I quite like present time, to be honest. If I think about going,
Yeah.
I do get the appeal of going back to maybe experience a time, but I never want to go back and live in that time forever.
Yeah, I think I'm the same. Like, if I had to go back and experience something, it would be like going back to the 1970s to experience what it felt like for Star Wars to first arrive, or something like that, or like 1980s, early 1990s to see like games consoles finally be a big thing.
Oh man, when the PlayStation, those consoles were announced, people's minds were blown.
Yeah, but I don't want to live in a certain time period because like I don't know, things were weird then. Like, would I go back to Second World War? No. Would I go back to medieval times? No.
But also thinking about tech and what we have today, I'm like, I quite enjoy having my phone and this and that. I don't want to.
I think it would be tough, like if we were transported back in time without any knowledge of what present time was.
Maybe,
sure.
yeah.
But if you knew what it was, like fuck no.
Yeah, you would suffer.
But where is interesting. If I had to choose somewhere to live today, probably be like a Nordic region.
Yeah,
like in Norway.
Denmark apparently is one of the happiest countries
Sweden
in the world. So I quite enjoy being happy. I've never been to Denmark.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Lenska's been there. She loves it. She'd love to go back. She said she could see herself living there. So I don't know. Maybe one day go visit Denmark and live there. Be happy for because it's just the happiest place in the world apparently, with good work conditions, good living.
Yeah,
conditions.
I have heard they're working like their employee turnover is like super small and suicide rates are super low because of it. So I would have said China, but because I love like when I went on holiday to China, it was fucking awesome. But they've got this weird like social system now where it's like. It's like that episode of Black Mirror where everyone has like a social rating and it affects like your access. Is that in real
life now?
Oh, it's real. Yeah, wow. 100% real. So I'm fine without that in my life.
That's intense.
Yeah.
If someone could count the number of times I've said "wow" this episode.
Wow.
Wow. Because there's just been so many wow moments. Okay, if
episode 31, the Owen Wilson Wow special.
Oh, the Wow special, the World of Warcraft mobile. Imagine.
Wow.
Wow.
If they ever announce that, they're going to get Owen Wilson on stage. Just be like, it's wow on mobile.
Wow. What announcement we did miss from? Sorry to sidetrack from BlizzCon. They announced Vanilla WoW.
Oh yeah, like WoW Classic,
which is what people have been. A lot of people have been wanting. Like,
I don't understand
why. But on stage, the guy said, he's like, yeah, you guys are going to see how far World of Warcraft has come, basically.
He's like, you motherfuckers are asking for the wrong thing.
He didn't say it like that, but it was like, yeah, you guys will learn to appreciate all the shit we've done since then. But don't worry, here's Vanilla WoW.
Super slow and the ground was...
I don't know why people are demanding it.
But I think it was because people were doing the legacy service thing and Blizzard was like, fuck this, we'll make money on this.
We'll make some cash money.
But yeah, I don't understand that. It's like, hey, I want to play like Dota version 1.0.
Yeah.
No.
So don't do that. Why would you want to do that?
Jesus, no. Speaking of, I'm very interested to see now that we're getting Warcraft 3 remastered because Valve owns Dota, not Defense of the Ancients.
There will 100% be a Dota remake.
Hot damn.
We're going to come full circle.
Hot damn.
Calling it now.
Is this a way for Blizzard to reclaim Dota?
Shit, can you imagine?
Could you imagine?
I don't want to. It's too scary to think about it. Then Dota 3 comes out, and then there's a lawsuit, and
Interesting times.
Okay, next question. If games weren't a vocal point in your lives, what would it be replaced with? Would Matthew be a book fundi and Caption Barbosa a food connoisseur?
Migs knows us.
I don't know, actually, because I think about my secondary hobbies. And like, I love running, but I can't see myself being a
full-time runner.
A gym bunny or anything like that. But yeah, maybe reading and writing. I mean, I do read, I do write I haven't really written in my own personal capacity for a long time, but I do write for a living. So I probably would lean into that a bit more. Because, I mean, if I didn't play games, I'd have way more time to do writing stuff. I say that though, but I don't know.
I don't know what I do in my free time. Like, so often I see like my parents or friends and they're like, even Shani, like when she's on holiday, she's like, I'm bored. I'm like, I'm never bored because I have games.
I'm exactly the same.
I'm just like, she's like, I have nothing to watch on TV. I'm like, this is why games are great. This is why games are
This is the
awesome.
exact same thoughts I have because we've often like say Lensk and I are having a line on the weekend. We're just chilling in bed, and she's like, "I'm bored." I'm like, "I'm happy to just chill here."
Yep.
If I can't chill, I'll just get up and play.
I can
Switch or play
appreciate the
something,
chill.
you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I love reading, but I can't read as much as I play games.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'd probably get in more into cooking. I like cooking, and I just find I don't have time for cooking. So
Cooking is a time.
I nearly wanted to study to be a chef.
I also
at one point.
all these similarities.
So good. I went through this phase of like air crash investigator, no chef,
Well,
no game design.
yeah, I went through a stage as well. I was like, I'd love to be a chef, but then I was like,
Yeah, and then you start realizing the realities of what that means. It's like, they really have shitty work hours, and like it's a hardcore competitive industry.
you
And
mean I can't just fry a minute steak and put an egg in it and call myself a chef?
yeah,
Like,
you mean I can't eat what I cook?
what is this? No 2-minute noodles? I mean,
Speaking of which, have you seen Kellogg's makes 2-minute noodles now? It's very strange. Very strange. Sponsor us, Kellogg's. We'll
Is it-
punch your 2-minute noodles.
is it a cereal?
No, it's 2-minute noodles, like Maggie 2-minute noodles. Is
For
it Maggie?
kids?
I mean,
Is it just Kellogg's?
adults can eat 2-minute noodles, Matty. God.
Only children eat 2-minute noodles. That's what I eat. But you do legit get children's 2-minute noodles. I've seen my
What are
godchild
they?
have. I don't know. It's just like specifically branded
For
like,
children?
For children.
That's
I'm like,
fucking dumb advertising.
why? It's
Well,
a whole
this is
separate
2-minute noodles
market.
for children. It takes only 1 minute 55 seconds. Like, come on.
God damn it. Okay, last one from Megs. What are your current gaming setups, console and PC? Lay down the specs,
Sure.
especially since Matthew's infamous PC needs an upgrade.
Okay, I'll
You wanna go first?
go through mine quickly. Xbox One X, Nintendo Switch, PS4 Pro.
Oh,
Those are the ones I've set up. I have a bunch of other consoles that are
Yeah.
in very safe storage.
oh boy.
I have the SNES Classic set up, although I can't remember the last time I turned that.
Do you have the
thing
NES Classic?
on.
No.
I never got that one.
SNES.
Then PC, gaming PC is like the processor is a 6700K, I think. Yeah, a 2-year-old one. And a RTX 2080 Ti, which I thankfully got for review.
Oh.
And a 24-inch monitor, which I desperately want to upgrade.
How much RAM do you have?
16 gigs.
Look at
Need to
this
have
guy.
at least 16 gigs nowadays. 8 is not cutting
You'll
it
cry at
anymore.
my specs.
Let's go. I want to hear about your new PC.
My new, okay, so wait.
Yes.
Let's
This is
go
incoming
Let's go
PC.
through consoles quickly though.
Okay.
So I have a PS4, a Switch, a 3DS, PS Vita, which you've robbed me of my Vita and my PSP. Wait, did I give you my PSP? Just the one.
You gave me the PSP,
Vita.
not
No.
no.
Do I have the?
You gave
I've got
me
the Vita.
Yeah, you gave me the PSP to play Crisis Core, which I haven't got to yet.
Oh my god, Cross is cool, so good. Please remake Square, thanks.
Yeah,
but
Get
yeah,
to
I've also
Button to
got
work on that.
I've also got some old consoles lying around. I've got a PS3. I had a PS1 somewhere. I don't know what my mom did with it.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
man.
legit PS1. I don't know if it was donated or.
Oh man.
I've got the original DS. I've got a DSi. Yeah, but my PC.
Let's go.
So let me start with my screens. I've got a 27-inch monitor
So
and a
jealous.
23-inch monitor.
So jealous.
Old though, not fancy.
Doesn't matter.
Nothing. I mean, but
Still
they look
jealous.
great. Okay, I've got a first-gen R7. I think it's a
Nephilim.
I don't know what model it is, but I think it runs at 2.9.
Damn. Probably dual core.
I don't
Is it
know.
quad core
No, I think
already?
R7 has been quad core. I could be wrong. I have, well, my graphics card is nice because, see, Alessandro reviews graphics cards and he passes them on, which is
Yeah,
great. So
yeah.
at the moment, I've got a 1060, but I have a 1070 Ti, which I want to
Waiting.
swap it out with, but my case didn't
And that
fit
thing
it.
with that CPU would be so wasted. Like
My
that CPU
case,
would not
it
keep
won't
up.
fit in my case. It's too
Oh, it
big.
won't fit in the case too.
So yeah, and I only realized this yesterday. I always, for some reason, thought I had 8 gigs of RAM. I have 6 gigs of RAM.
Wow.
I've got 3 times 2 gig sticks, which it came flying back to memory yesterday as I shopped for RAM and all the stuff I'm going to put in my new PC.
That
What
is
have I left out?
crazy.
So yeah, I've got a good graphics card, shit CPU, shit RAM. My PC's 9 years old.
I mean, it's old. I mean,
It is
you've
so
really
old,
tapped that
wow.
thing of
I
potential.
mean, but it still works. I played The Witcher 3, man. I mean, I know the game's like not new, but 2-3 years old. I still played it on high detail, not ultra, but hey, it looked beautiful. I can still play anything today. I just have to tweak shit
But
down.
now you're doing a big upgrade soon.
I can play everything but PUBG because PUBG's hot garbage. Oh my god.
Yeah, PUBG's.
But I'm
not someone's
upgrading,
badly.
so it's so expensive. I did the nerd thing and I did a spreadsheet yesterday. I put everything.
Those prices you sent me, they were really
Holy.
high. Was that just the CPU? Or was that
No. That's a whole build.
that configuration?
Yeah.
Okay, because I thought that was the CPU. I was like,
No,
holy
no.
fucking...
So that's the configuration.
Okay,
So,
okay.
I mean, like if I look at getting
That's
the
still expensive.
it's still expensive. So if I want to get, so I'm aiming to get like an R7 9700.
Oh, yeah.
Those just came out.
Yes,
this
brand
year.
new. Brand new.
Okay, but that's expensive. But that's what I'm aiming for.
8700 still good if you can
I
find
mean, my goal here, I made a spreadsheet so I can see how much stuff costs and how much I'll save on Black Friday. So I'll have to sit and shop around, do some quick maths. But I know
those
the
two is
numbers now
four.
to know, hey, maybe I should spend X amount because it would have cost this amount otherwise.
Yeah.
But I am looking at a 9700 or 8700 because anything lower than that is out of stock, which is what I would have gone for. But hey, 16 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, boy.
Your motherboards is a whole different ballgame. I've never had to research motherboards.
Motherboards have become super complicated over the years. Yeah.
So-
but like I told you, like the fancy ass ones, like I just steer clear of those.
Do you want to know what dictated the motherboard I chose?
Mm.
I'm like, okay, compatibility, number of RAM slots. I'm like, if I really want to, I could upgrade to 32 gigs, but I'm looking at getting 16 gigs. I was like, how many USB ports does it have?
I mean, that's
Because I have a lot of devices. I mean, like my keyboard, my mouse, there's a whole lot of shit that uses USB ports. And my current motherboard has 8 and they're all full. Or 7 of them are used. I'm like, I need something. I mean, some of those motherboards, it's like, 5 USB ports. I'm like, no, I can't use that.
Yeah, it's too little,
It's just not going to work. So, that is my only thing. And then I was like, does it support the CPU? Yes. Okay. Does it support the RAM? Yes. It's got enough USB ports. Cool.
does it support dual channel RAM, triple channel RAM?
I don't know what's
Yeah.
better. I'm going for dual channel.
Yeah, dual channels. I mean, triple channels faster, but yeah, dual channels fine. You just got to
But-
know, like, a lot of people get dual channel and then they put the two RAM sticks next to each other. No, it has to be separated.
That's one thing I actually do know.
Yeah, like otherwise you're not doing anything.
But-
like,
This doesn't escape the fact that it doesn't matter what I buy, it's going to be so much faster than what I have now.
and
I mean,
especially just with that card, like your CPU will keep
Yeah.
up with it properly.
I mean, I even looked at some Ryzen builds, and Ryzen is so much cheaper. But I'm like, I want Intel.
It's just weird because like Ryzen's great. Like we're chatting about it. Like Ryzen is super super good for productivity as well. Like it's got great gaming performance, but
Yeah.
Intel has like a good 10-15% at times better gaming
Yeah.
performance on a CPU, which is weird.
So I'm going for longevity over
Yeah.
here. So I'm probably going to go Intel, and that'll hopefully. I think we've reached a point with PCs now where it's like every year there's nothing. I mean, it's the same with phones. It's like every year there's nothing like wow, mind blowing. It's like no, it's a bit faster. You know.
Yeah, especially with that build, like the only thing you'll end up probably changing
It's
in
a
the next 3 or
graphics
4
card,
years is a
yeah.
graphics card. Yeah.
I mean, that's arguably the one thing with RTX that will maybe be a big thing, but we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know yet. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, last question. So this is from John Michael. He says,
John Michael.
John Michael, Soul Calibur extraordinaire.
Oh.
Says, I'm looking to get a PC monitor this Black Friday. Got any tips and places to buy?
Fuck yeah, you've come to the right place, son.
God damn.
Because I've been looking at monitors for like 3 months, nearly pulling triggers on many different monitors. Like
no.
it's been okay. So monitors are expensive nowadays.
Yeah, they
like
are really-
holy crap. You can pick up still really good 27-inch monitors. There's a Dell one that is 27-inch, it's 1080p, it's IPS. I 100% always recommend an IPS display.
What
unless
is
you
IPS? Is just the brightness or?
so it's the panel. So you
Oh,
get like
okay, yeah.
TN and VA and then IPS. And IPS is just like way better viewing angles, richer colors, deeper blacks.
Okay.
The only problem is it's got a slower response time than TN panels, so they're not used in competitive gaming usually. But unless you're some fucking MLG pro at Overwatch, like you will not tell.
Yeah.
And even then, the IPS panels have come down dramatically. So you can get a nice Dell one for like 2.5, And I've got the 24-inch version of that, and it's stunning, like great display. Then it just gets crazy. So put it this way, what I've been looking at is a 1440p monitor. There are a lot of great 4K monitors, but I still think 1440p is the sweet spot of like, I will never have to worry about hitting 60 frames per second, and I'm still getting a good resolution bump. And those already, like if you're looking at 27-inch ones, at those resolution, you're already looking at like 5,000-6,000 rand.
Is 1440 just 2K for argument's sake?
It's slightly less.
Okay.
It's like 1.78 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Then you've got to start looking at things like, do you have an AMD graphics card? If you have an AMD graphics card, super cool, because so many monitors support FreeSync. Even that cheap 2,500 rand Dell one I said supports FreeSync, and that's awesome if you have an AMD card because FreeSync is great. If you're looking at G-Sync and you have an NVIDIA card, you're not going to be getting anything below like $7,000 for a G-Sync monitor, and that will only get you a 24-inch 1080p monitor with G-Sync. Like G-Sync is fucking expensive.
Yeah, you said last week that you're looking at those monitors.
The one I'm looking at is actually coincidentally also Dell makes phenomenal monitors. Like I stick by them. And one of the cheapest G-Sync ones you can find is a 1440p one. It's a TN panel, so it's not IPS. It's got G-Sync and it's like $8,000. And from then on you start getting into the ridiculous territory. Like one of the best monitors on the market is an Asus one. I think it's the PQ27 something, but it's like 12,000 rand. Like it's a beautiful monitor, 28-inch 4K G-Sync. It's fucking awesome, but like that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would do what Matty did now, build a spreadsheet of prices.
Yeah, what are you looking at?
Yeah, because like during Rage, I was looking at a monitor and I saw prices. I'm like, and they're like on special. I'm like, no, it's not. This is exactly what I could have paid for it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, EveTech has a good range of monitors. So does Wootware. Yeah, and there's some new Dell ones hitting the market soon, so I'd wait as well. But yeah, you got to really be honest with yourself and what you want. Like, do you want high refresh rates? If you're going high refresh rates, you should probably be looking at G-Sync because otherwise you're just going to get tearing all the time. What size? Like for me, I want a 27-inch one, 100%, and I want a higher refresh rate.
I think 27 inches like
I like that size. Yeah, like 24 inches is fine for me, but I just want something slightly bigger. Yeah. So
this is a beautiful screen.
Yeah, no, Dell makes phenomenal screens. I love their monitors. They've got like no bezels as well, so it's like edge to edge. It's really, really nice. Yeah. So
that's that.
Dell and Asus, I would 100%, and AOC is very good as well.
Whew. So let's hope that Black Friday has them sweet specials. Because
I am praying because I would love a new monitor.
A couple of grand, that would just be.
You could, yeah, with all like just a little bit of each component can add up quite nicely.
No. I mean, here's one thing I didn't account for. I'm busy shopping CPUs, and it's like cooler not included. I'm like, what? And then you're like, you should buy this one. It's like $1,500. I'm like,
it's a great cooler though. It's the one I got. It's so good.
But I'm like, wow, why do I need such a big cooler? I'm just gonna slap on a.
Did you? Oh, have you budgeted for that smaller liquid cooler? Liquid coolers are so much better.
I could buy a cooler, but I'm like, do I really need like a fancy ass cooler, or can I just slap on a fan and a heater?
It's gonna be loud.
I know that's the one thing I do not.
I mean, the single fan radiator Corsair one is like $600. It's not too bad.
Yeah, wait, which one? No, it was like $1,000.
Really?
Yeah, so the one you showed me
was like $1,500.
It's $1,500.
Yeah.
The one, so that is the C100 or the
C1, H100i. Yeah.
There's a C80 as well, which looks similar. It's like dual fan. Oh no, wait, no,
it was single fan.
It's single fan, but that's also like $1,500.
Fuck that.
And then the C60, which is like the low one, it's $1,000. I'm like, that's still a lot of money to just thumb suck for
I paid $1,000 for this one when it was out. Yeah, but this CPU doesn't go above like 30 degrees.
Yeah, but I'll keep an eye out.
Crazy.
I mean, if I see it at a good price, I'm not going to not buy it. But I'm like, at the moment, like I just want something that my CPU doesn't explode. I'll take it.
Good times. Yeah. Good.
We'll see.
Cool.
Yeah, that's that.
Thanks for the questions.
Episode 31. Yeah, thanks for
as
the
always,
questions.
You can follow us on Twitter at Checkpoint Chat. You can slide into our open DMs. Unsafe
They're
DMs.
always open.
Yeah, always open. Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Fancy.
You can email us on checkpointchatpodcast@gmail.com. And if you listen on a platform that has a rating functionality, give us a function, yes.
Oh.
Give us a rating on Apple Podcasts or Anchor or Android Podcasts, whatever it is. Or
drop them
There's so many
ratings,
platforms,
reviews,
I've forgotten. Give a rating. We can find new people.
Yeah, well, the moment you're done listening, pause everything, stop driving, pull off on the side of the highway.
Yeah.
Like,
Safely.
Checkpoint Chat, X stars, and Y review.
Yeah.
So we can
Perfect.
see it. Yeah.
Perfect. If you're listening via an RSS feed, there's no way for you to
Find
rate.
someone with an iOS device.
Yeah. Find some way to rate us. Come to Anchor and rate us. I don't know. We appreciate all of you. Appreciate everyone for listening. And we'll be back next week.
Yeah, we can.
Will we?
Christmas special.
Oh, God. I'm getting
so close.
I was at a mall yesterday and their Christmas lights up already.
It's only bad when they start playing Boney M.
Oh, Jesus.
Then you know.
Or Mariah Carey's.
Oh, no. Why?
Oh, my goodness.
Why? Okay,
Anyway.
we're leaving.
Okay. Thank you for listening, everyone. We'll be back next week.
Yeah.
Cheerio. Bye.